Sharon, if you want to start just singing in the background.
Yep. Ozi וזמרת ויהי ישועה. עוזי 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 וזמרת ויהי ישועה.
A beautiful song to welcome us into prayer and community this evening. I don't think, Sharon, you necessarily know that when you chose the words of Ozi as our opening song, that it's one of my favorite psalms. It's a psalm which has given me great strength at difficult moments in my life, reminding me that there is a strength there that's beyond our understanding. There is a strength there that offers us support and salvation. It's a song that I used to sing, this exact melody which you so beautifully welcomed us into prayer with. It's the melody I used to sing, not as beautifully as you, to my daughter as a young infant when I was trying to figure out how to get her to stop crying. And it was a song that she sang back to me when I was unwell. And in fact, I'm wearing her talit because all of my talitot are at shul. And across the top of the talit, like show and tell for tefillah, we have the words Ozi, there we go. Ozi v'zimrat yah vayhi Yeshua. The exact words that we just sung across the Atara. Beautiful words of prayer. And they link very much to the words within our prayer book. So before we join together as a community to offer the words of the Baruch Hu, I want to invite those of you that are with us online to turn to page 2 in the Siddur, or perhaps alternatively, page 22 in the flip book, with this kavanah written by Craig Teltman. We are called unto life, destiny uncertain. Yet we offer thanks for what we know, for health and healing, for labor and repose, for renewal of beauty in earth and sky, for the blend of human holy which inspires compassion, and for hope, eternal, promising hope. For life, for health, for hope, for beautiful, bountiful blessing. All praise to source of being. Baruch atah Adonai, makol nefesh kol chai. On page 4, our call to prayer, the Baruch Hu.
Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
And we read together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, אשר בדברו מעריב ערבים, בחוכמה פותח שערים, ובתבונו משנה עיתים, ומחליף את הזמנים ומסדר את הכוכבים, בשמרותיהם פרקיע כרצונו. בורא יום ולילה, גולה אור מפני חושך וחושך מפני אור, ומבדיל יום ובין לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו. אל חי וקיים תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריב ערבים.
אהבת עולם בית ישראל עמך אהבת, תורה ומצוות חוקים ומשפטים אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד, כי הם חיינו באורך ימינו ובהם נגה יומם ולילה, והחבטך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו אדוני אחד. ברוך שם כבוד מלכותו לעולם ועד. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל לבבך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, ופשרתם לאות הידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל ואמרת אליהם, ועשו להם ציצית על כנפי בגדיהם לדורותם, ונתנו על ציצית הכנף פתיל תכלת, והיה לכם לציצית וראיתם אותו, וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני ועשיתם אותם, ולא תטורו אחרי לבבכם ואחרי עיניכם אשר אתם זונים אחריהם, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, הייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Emet. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, there is one God in heaven and earth. High heavens declare your glory, May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again, we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us to continue to work for the day when nations will be one and at peace. Then we will rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea the words of our Mi Chamocha on page 16 or page 36 in the flip book.
Mi chamocha b'yim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, norat hirot osefere, norat hirot osefere, ma'alechutecha ra'u banecha, bokeh hayam לפני משה ומרים, זאבי ענו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ים בבא בים ביבי בם, ים בבא בים בם, ים בבא בים ביבי בם, ים בבא בים בם, איי 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 איי, ים בבא בים בם, איי 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 איי, ים בבא בים בם. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וגרוע מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל.
Amen, amen, and amen. As we turn forward in our prayer book and move forward in our prayer this evening, we arrive at the words of the Hashkivenu on page 18. When I see prayers like the Hashkivenu, when I read their translation, and I think of the many number of musical settings that we often share these words with, I often find myself thinking that these are so current, these are so relevant, these are so modern words. These are words and these are songs that were written just for me, just for this moment, just for now. They really do speak to us in that way. They speak to our current reality and our current existence. But for me, the thing which is as powerful as these words is the line that's found on the foot of the page, where we are told that the Hashkivenu is not some modern or postmodern retake on Jewish life. The Hashkivenu is a prayer which entered into our people's practice in the very first Siddur, a Siddur which came into the world 2,800 years ago, almost 2,900 years ago, the first comprehensive Siddur of Seder Rav Amram. For almost 3,000 years, we as individuals and we as a people have been asked in this most basic of prayer, Eternal One, give us the ability to lie our heads down to rest at night, and give us the gift, the blessing, the privilege of being able to rise up the next day renewed. That's what the Hashkivenu is about. Let's offer it together.
Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us with wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain.
Baruch Ata Adonai, Shomei Amo Yisrael Ad. Bless the Eternal One, the Guardian of Israel, now and forever. As we turn forward to the words of the Chatzi Kaddish, this evening, rather than chanting these traditional words, I want to invite you to join with me in offering the alternative words, the Lamdaini on page 21. The Chatzi Kaddish purpose is to serve both as a break between one part of the service and the next, but also to allow us the opportunity to appreciate and to acknowledge the many lessons and blessings we've experienced in life. There are a number of versions of the Kaddish, as many of you know well, and here the Lamdaini serves as an alternative to the Chatzi Kaddish, the half Kaddish. Sharon, as we're offering these words together, I'm going to ask you to please just bring your mic back a little bit more, because you're certainly peaking there, and we're not getting the fullness of your beautiful voice. So you can just bring it back about another third. Lamdaini on page 21. Teach me, O God, a blessing, a prayer, on the mystery of a withered leaf, on ripened fruit so fair, on the freedom to see, to sense, to breathe, to know, to hope, to despair. Teach my lips a blessing, a hymn of praise, as each morning and night you renew your days, lest my day today be as the one before, lest routine set my ways. Lest routine set my ways. How much we would like the routine of the days before. Let's turn forward in our prayer books and also in our services to the words of the Amidar. They begin in the prayer book on page 74 or on page 94 in the flip book, the online version of our Siddur, which you can access just below the live stream button on our website. And as we move into these words of the Amidar, we will, as is our minhag at TBI, even here in our virtual TBI, begin with the invocation that precedes the Amidar, then the three blessings that open it, before continuing with a few moments of personal silent prayer. You might choose to want to make your way, as I do, through the vakashot, the intermediary blessings of the Amidar. Or you might feel more comfortable this evening just to take these few moments of silent personal prayer as an opportunity to reflect on the things you think we and the world need for ourselves and for others. But before we do that, before we start our communal and our individual prayer, I want to continue to offer the words I do each night now as I daven Ma'ariv with you. These beautiful words on page 75 that remind us exactly what it is we're doing and why it is we are doing it. Prayer invites God's presence to suffuse our spirits, God's will to prevail in our lives. Prayer may not bring water to parched fields, nor mend a broken bridge, nor rebuild a ruined city. But prayer can water an arid soul, mend a broken heart, rebuild a weakened will. The Amidar on page 74.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehi ratecha Baruch Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotinu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, עליון, גומר חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם, בעזרת שרה, אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי מתים אתה רב והושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מזריח השמש ומוריד הדל, מחכה חיים בחסד, מחייב מתים ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו גשני עפה, מי כמוך בגבורות ומדור מלך ממצוא חייב ומשמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות מתים, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי המתים. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהרגוך סלע, ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
ברוך אתה אדוני כונן הדעת. ברוך אתה אדוני רוצה בתשובה. ברוך אתה אדוני המברך לסלוח. ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. ברוך אתה אדוני רופא החולים. ברוך אתה אדוני מברך השנים. ברוך אתה אדוני פוקח הפסוקים. ברוך אתה אדוני יוצא שכר המשפט. ברוך אתה אדוני עולם השם. על הצדיקים ועל החסידים. ברוך אתה אדוני משם ישראל ותפליקים.
יהיו לרצון אמרי פי, בהגיון ליבי לפניך, אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי, בגואלי, בגואלי, יהיו לרצון אמרי פי, אמרי פי, בהגיון ליבי לפניך, אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי, בגואלי, בגואלי.
Oh, such a beautiful prayer. Thank you so much, Sharon. It's offered so wonderfully. Before we move forward to our closing prayers, we are still making our way from redemption to Revelation, making our way from Egypt to Sinai, making our way from Pesach to Shavuot, which means we're making our way through the Omer. Tonight is the 15th day of the Omer. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat ha'omer. Blessed you, Eternal One, ruler of the universe, who has sanctified us with the commandments and inspired, encouraged us concerning the counting of the Omer. Hayom chamisha asa yom shehem shnei shavuot v'yom echad la'omer. Today is the 15th day of the Omer, which is exactly 2 weeks and 1 day since we gathered around our Seder tables. Only 2 weeks. Wow. My friends, if you'd like to join us, why don't you rise for Aleinu? We are on page 586 in the Siddur, or page 606 in the flip book.
עלינו לשבח אדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגר ארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחת האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
We turn from the prayer of Aleinu towards Kaddish Yatom, the mourner's Kaddish, this prayer which challenges us even in the saddest and lowest moments in our lives to give thanks for the beauty and wonder of life, to give thanks for the lives that we've been able to share, as well as acknowledge those which we've lost, knowing full well that our loved ones live on within us as we commit ourselves to living our days as they did on their very best day. And so to help us focus through this blessing, I begin by bringing a Yotzai candle into the middle of our focus, into our prayer, because I, like so many in our community at this time, am observing Yotzai. So we think, I should say I'm observing Shiva. We think of those who, like me, are feeling so keenly the loss of a loved one. We think particularly of Rick Burns, of Henry Grebler, of Leila Kleiman, Mariette Steiner, Walter Wagner, and Paul Spivak. At this time, at this season, we recognize that we, these families who mourn, are not alone. And we also think of those who were so recently taken from their family circles, so as to mean that we are still observing their shloshim. And we all call them too by name, as we think of Michael Axel, Moshe Dinor, Hannah Forshaw, Richard Harcourt, Solly Hendler, Alan Lang, Morris Phillips, Leon Rogers, Robert Stigeti, and Ronald Yep. And on this, the 14th to 15th day of the Omer, I also want to take a moment to recognize those in our community whose Yotzites we're observing. As all of you know so well, traditionally at TBI, we observe Yotzeit on Shabbat and invite people who have lost a loved one or observing the loss of a loved one in the previous 7 days to come to be with community over Shabbat so that we can remember them, their loved ones, and comfort and support them. But now that we're davening each day, we've decided as a community to take just a few moments and recognize those whose passing has occurred on this day in years past, and think of them by name and recall all the blessings that they brought to our lives. I've had an opportunity to reflect with many of those who are remembering this day, and as I call up these remembrances, I think particularly of the memories that were shared with me as we thought of them all. Sorry, one moment. On this day, we think of Ronald Friedman, whose 7th yahrzeit we are recalling. We think of Tom Reed, who was taken from his family circle 11 years ago. We think of Diane Eilenberg and how she lost her mother, Jean, 38 years ago. We think of Alan Freeman, taken from his family 12 years ago. And we think of Roman Halaski, whose passing was 57 years ago, but who is still remembered lovingly by his son, Paul. And we think also too of Rosemary Michael's mother, taken from her family circle 23 years ago. We think of all of them, those whose anniversaries were in the years gone by, as well as those whose passing is more recent and whose loss we feel more keenly. We think of as we offer the words of Kaddish Yatom. Yitkadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Ba'amad divrach Hirotei v'amlich malchutei v'chayachon v'yamechon v'cheidachol Beit Yisrael v'agalav v'izman kariv v'imru. Amen.
Amen.
Yehei Shmei Rabbah
mevorach le'olam amaya.
Yiparach v'yishtabah v'yipa'ah v'yitroman v'yitnaseh v'yitadav v'yitalei v'yitalal Shmei Dekudisha b'richu le'elam min kol brichata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran ba'alma v'imru. Amen.
Amen.
Yehei shlama rabba min shmaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May the one who causes peace to reign in the heavens above bring peace to all of us, to all who mourn, but most particularly on this day, bring blessing to the memory of those who we have lost. And to that we say, Amen.
Amen.
Sharon, I'm going to invite you to close our services in just a few moments with the same psalm that we opened with, the words of Ozi v'zimrat Yah, that looks to, as we look to gather strength from all the goodness in the world around us. But in advance of that, I want to encourage people to continue joining with us as we head towards Shabbat. I sent out just an hour or so ago a detailed offering of all the things that are happening in our community over Shabbat and over the next week. But I want to particularly invite those of you who are feeling young or young at heart, or know people who are feeling are young at heart, to join us tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m., this same location, or through our Facebook page. We're going to be simulcasting for the first time as we join together for Bubs and Bagels. Then Kabbalat Shabbat beginning at 6:15 tomorrow night. Torah study Parashat Shavur at 9 a.m. On Shabbat morning, and then a beautiful Shabbat service where we will look to celebrate all the wonder in our community, as well as commemorate the importance of Anzac Day. So really a wonderful opportunity to gather as community before we go on to the week that lies ahead and the very many offerings that lie before us. Remembering that we continue to accept the necessity for social distancing, but as individuals and as a community, by gathering together in places and spaces like this, we absolutely reject the possibility of social isolation. That's the strength we bring to each other. And that's the strength that we're about to sing with as we offer the words of Ozi.
Ozi v'zimrat Yah v'yehi Yeshua. 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 Ozi v'zimrat Yah
Erev Tov all. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow night and wishing you and all the others that join us Shabbat Shalom.